Content week. Content week. This is the content week. First episode of the podcast for the content week, which I guess technically hasn't started yet. But we're going to get a lot of pod drops for content week. This week we have, I would say, one of the greatest VBL matches ever. And
It's my
against,
favorite.
yes, it's BRAFF's favorite. It's BRAFF
Actually, no, it's not
spoiled
my
it.
favorite.
BRAFF spoiled it,
Um,
but it's season 2 against BRAFF.
I,
And BRAFF
um,
is the guest, clearly.
it's actually not my. Well, it's not my favorite that I've played, but it's my favorite that Sam's played.
Oh, that's so messed up. I played like one of the best finals, like one of the closest
Yeah,
finals that we had.
yeah, but this brought me more joy.
God damn it. Fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. I don't want to say too much. I just want to let this play and let
All of
everybody
it's turn
see.
one. Turn one is
But
all that matters.
it's a glorious, it's a glorious turn one. We got Scraggy, the usual at this point, because this team sucks.
For real.
BRAFF's team is really good, as you guys can see.
Oh yeah, I won that season.
Ends up
I
being
forgot about
champion.
that.
So we get the flip turn. Weakness policy activates. I have the endure up though, so it doesn't matter. The +2 max quake, we eat that. We eat that. And we beat up to get the justified boost. And I'm gonna spoil it. I have a Custap berry, so I'm moving first next turn. I can probably KO this Landorus without even maxing. I'm in such a good position. Sand damage goes after endure, like it breaks endure. Which I think I didn't know, and even if I did know, Hippowdon switched in, so I wasn't like prepared for it. But I'm pretty sure I just forgot the sand broke endure. So that's GG. Like that's Custap 9 not doing anything. What do you mean this turned out being close?
For real.
This is not close. Unless I'm policy. I was gonna say
Yeah,
unless I'm policy.
yeah. And then you kill Landorus,
Delmise. Have you been
and
watching?
then
Have you been watching pod episodes or
I've not been able to keep up.
Okay, so I'm just gonna I'll just like the theme of the season since the Tapu Koko move has been like Delmise maxes out of necessity every week out of position and then like kind of uh like does pretty well, kills a couple of things, but it's just like too late and it's just kind of like a
Like
maxed
that.
out of Trick Room. Yeah, exactly like that. It's the entire season is exactly like that. It's so bad.
This
All
team
right,
was so fun. I
game 2.
missed season 2 and 3. My season 3 team was amazing.
Game 2, game 2, game 2.
We should go back to tier drafts
Oh
so
wait,
I can
let's
get
switch
teams like
sides.
those.
Let's switch sides. Sorry. No, tier draft is not as fun. It's just not.
I know.
There's
but,
still value. Like I like how we did it this season because the points there were more value in the points tiers this time.
Yeah.
It felt more like Gen 8 because Gen 8 there was like a lot of
You do a silly speed swap.
speed swap is a good move. I wish more things had it this gen. It's only Rabska, which is
I
like the
know.
worst speed swap.
It's unfortunate.
Oh, this is a dead Hippowdon. Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
See,
You keep getting crits on-
Delmise kind of slaps.
Delmise is cool.
Like,
it's not worth
This team
your
would have been
first pick.
so good.
It's not worth a first round pick, but it's cool.
You see, the thing is, like, I agree it wasn't a good
Wait, why
first
did
round
I
pick.
go for Max Rockfall?
I don't know. Like, I agree it wasn't a good pick. Okay. Maybe to protect against switch-ins, because you might have had the kill anyway. I don't know. But, look, obviously not a good decision to take Delmise first, but I genuinely think, since Tapu Fini was, like, generally undervalued by the league, and I was able to get it later, I think my team ended up actually being good, but then I ruined it.
I agree.
Finny
So at the
giveth
time-
and Finny taketh.
I don't think it's that I think we just didn't realize
It was good.
that Tapu Fini was so
max.
good. We
Yes.
just saw, oh, Tapu Koko, the thing you wanted since the beginning is available
Yes.
now. Take it.
Yes, that's what we saw, and it was stupid because Tapu Koko is
Yeah.
not good in max. It's just like bad. Like watch this. It almost died. It almost died.
To my -2.
Yeah, that's half special attack land.
So just an Earth Power, like no, it's probably Life Orb, but just a Life. Oh no, it's not Life Orb. Last year's Life Orb. So just Earth Power from Landorus almost
So
KO'd
stupid.
Max Tapu Koko.
It's such a bad max Pokemon. And that's the thing that's kind of frustrated me is that even on this board, where Tapu Koko is probably one of the worst S tiers. You could have made a good team with it just designed to be a support for a max, like a combo support next to a max Pokemon. It would be great. Be a great team. But no,
I
I just
agree.
did not understand what Tapu Koko did. Um, oh, I don't know why I had 3 replays. Because this is over. Let's
I
see what
think
the
it's
third one
just
is.
do we do that just for fun, or is that game won again?
Oh,
Oh, forfeit.
yeah,
I
because
think
I
Tapu
don't.
Koko could work as just like a Fax Max Airstream Max Darkness support
No,
like a Lecky
no,
was in
no,
22,
no,
but
no, no, no,
or in VGC,
no, no,
but not draft.
no, no, no.
Okay,
Just no.
okay.
All right,
So what do we
so
talk about now?
okay, so we can do a little reflection, and then we can maybe talk a little season 10 draft because that's what the people
That's
want.
more fun. Yeah,
That's what the
yeah.
people want. But I think the little broader thing we can get into with Castap 9. Let me find. I was looking at my messages with Steve because we had
Oh, it's
messages
it's
about
it's
Castap
don't
9.
bring Endure Custepberry versus a Sand team.
No, that's not what there is to talk about.
That's what there's to
Look,
talk about. That's what you need to learn. You need to realize that when two of the top tier center around Sand, then maybe don't bring Endure Custepberry.
sure. First of all, it's messed up that Custap Berry is not legal in Gen 9. It's very messed up.
It
Custap
wouldn't be
is
good,
fun.
but it
Custap
was
is
only good
just
with
fun.
Dynamax.
No, it's just fun.
Oh wait, no, it was good when we did when I did the funny. It was a sturdy Aggron Custap
Yeah.
Endeavor.
Unlike Magneton or Magnezone, it would still be hype.
Yeah,
On
Custepberry Endeavor is hype.
It is. Of course it is.
Wait, it
I'm like
wouldn't be good
it's
because of open team sheet, but it would be good in draft.
yeah, of course it would be good in draft. Custap is like the items that are usually bad, like the niche items that are just usually bad, but when they're good, it's fun. That's Custap Berry.
That's
And I love the
Custepberry.
and I love like when you can justify using those items. See, the issue is this was not actually a case where I could justify it. Um uh oh, I had some Drifblim thing that I think I didn't end up bringing. Oh yeah,
Was it Flare
weakness we
Boost?
no, weakness policy explosion Drifblim
No, it was Weakness Policy Delmize. Oh yeah, because you didn't end up bringing it.
with what was the proc? I'm trying to find the proc. I don't get what the proc is. Wait, there's literally no proc. What? Wait. Yeah, there's literally not a proc. Okay. That's a thing. Okay. Um yeah, so we were checking like I don't know. We were checking 1 HP reversal cuz that's what it was. It was Custap reversal to just Okoa
Oh.
plus at +4 I think Okoa max Glastrier. Um yeah. Um Yeah, I do like the Endure Tech too. Seems fun slash not something I've tried before.
Hmm.
Yeah, so basically I had two different like weird strats, and to be fair, the Drifblim one also looks bad, but I think Steve was like, "Oh, the Custap one looks reasonable,"
Uh,
basically.
Sometimes Steve has great takes, and sometimes Steve ideas only work with Steve. Is I think what you need to learn, which I think you learned that eventually.
Oh wait a second, wait a second. Apparently Jordan was privy to this too, because I said, I don't know, we were just talking about the plan, and I said Jordan is true Galaxy Brain. Also, I realized I was reading and there was dead air, so I'm sorry to the to the
Damn.
to the
Wait,
viewers.
Jordan helped you and not me.
Um, I don't know that we were
Wait,
like super
wait. When did we make prep party?
like season 3 or 4, I think.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense
Because I
then.
think I made it because at some point, probably around season 3, I
You were
was
you you were just getting help
aggressively
from each of
prepping
us.
with you and aggressively prepping with Jordan, and I was like, "Don't you guys also prep together a little bit? Well, let's just make the group chat."
Yeah.
Yeah, we have prep party. For those of you who don't know, it's me, Jordan, Braff. It's been around for a long time.
And it
Uh,
has the Elon Musk profile pic.
a lowland muck.
Yeah, well, it's a funny Elon Musk profile pic that I used originally. That I saw originally in a meme that called it Elon Musk,
I don't get it.
and so that's
I don't.
what I always think of.
I don't get these what Gen Alpha memes.
Um, yeah, me neither. Here, wait. Did did you have you been scrolling through X lately?
What? Oh,
X,
I
my
stop.
favorite app.
We're not doing this right now.
It's
We're
I
not doing
saw
this
like
right
it.
now.
Okay, it's funny though.
I mean,
He it
all I'll
probably
s-
lost him a few $1 billion.
all I'll say is the man is possibly the dumbest person alive. That's all I'm saying on the matter. He is
Yeah.
remarkably stupid. Yes. Okay, but what I actually wanted to talk about was sort of these you know, what's the right word? It's because it's not just prep, and it's not even just tech that I'm thinking about because you could just throw on a niche move for tech. It's specifically these like uh not meme
Gimmick.
yeah, like gimmicks, but it's also not really a gimmick because
It's a gimmick.
I think of a gimmick. I guess it's sort of like a gimmick. Um,
It's just a
Whatever.
gimmick.
If we'll call this a gimmick, then like, how do you feel about these sort of like? Again, I don't love gimmick, but like gimmick strategies where you play to a very specific game plan, and you prep toward a very specific game plan centered around very specific tech. Is that something you use a lot? Is that something you stay away from? What's your take?
Um, Gimmicks.
Again, I don't think
Uh,
gimmick is the right word. I think it's more just like
okay.
these. I'll say like intense tech.
Okay. I would use those a lot earlier on.
Yeah.
I haven't used them really recently. I tried to use it a bit more at the end of the last season to try to capture some of the magic again.
Yeah.
Of like early seasons,
So
but
like,
I feel
oh
like
sorry.
there was a lot more of it with Dynamax
Yeah.
and stuff. Like Dynamax allows for so much more random fun,
Well,
I think.
it there's stuff that's enabled by Dynamax, but there's also stuff that's completely shut down by Dynamax. So like I think
True.
there's and like I mean we saw when Steve wasn't allowed to like use real moves, but also just like when Steve plays, he kind of just always or at least like personally uh playing against him with my teams, but also watching a lot of his matches, it feels like he has a very good grasp of like when he can go toward these like heavy tech like hyper specific game plans. Um
Yeah.
and I think it's really strong when you can do that, but it's never been a strength of mine as we just saw. Um
I,
but yet go ahead if you're trying to say something.
no, it wasn't.
Okay. But like I think you're right, at least from my memory, that like it used to be more of your thing and it hasn't as much lately. Do you think that it correlates more with success with you or you just happen to be like
No,
insane?
I think it's just um oh like play style and
Yeah.
sort of thing. Like back in the early seasons, I think again, like I said, Dynamax helped with it,
Yeah.
and um honestly, I had more time to think about wild strategies.
Fair.
Like
Same.
nowadays, I'm busier, so I'll just like sit down, do my prep, make a team, okay, done, and I won't think about it quite as much like I used to. Like it's not like during COVID, this is like a big part of my life. Like I love
Yeah.
draft league; it's one of my favorite things to do. But now, like I'm hanging out with friends more. There's like more like actual stuff to do in school
Yeah.
and all that. So I've less boredom time thinking about things that would allow me to realize these funny texts that work.
True. Yeah. And I think like I think it's a range of like you're capable of doing it when you have the right team or in the right headspace. I'm not really capable of these like wacky tech options. It's never been a thing that's worked for me, except for next week. I would say, an even better season 2 match coming up. With
Okay.
one of my most successful tech options of all time.
Wait, do I remember? I might not remember that.
And by next week,
We'll
I
talk
mean
about it
like,
after.
and by next week, I mean like I'm recording it like probably like in 2 days.
Okay.
Content week, baby.
Wait, let's talk about that after.
We will. But yeah, it's just like for whatever reason, it's very hard for me to, not even necessarily hard for me to consider some of those things because I think I have like pitched a lot of weird tech stuff. It's just hard for me to. It's too easy for me to say no, that doesn't work and move on. Then like I feel like what makes Steve so good at it, and just like I've asked Steve for prep advice many times before, and like when I have more of a defined plan, he's very good at like, okay, that doesn't work, then how do we make it work? Whereas I think, especially if I'm doing something weirder, the first thing that I see wrong with it, like I'm looking for a reason not to do, the weird strat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's a weakness. I think it makes you too predictable, and I think you want to ideally be able to like push what your team is able to do.
Yeah, the
Even if
team
it's
being
risky.
able to do, again, is like that's a big part, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Like it's about what sort of techs can you are you even able to do with your
Yeah.
team. Um like one of the techs last season, like, or it's not even a tech, but it was like a weird strategy. I had to
Mm-hmm.
try like Krelp
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. And um but I was also able to get like a 4-0 with Belly Drum Polytoad because
Yeah.
Belly Drum is good, and my team was able to use it. So like
Yeah.
stuff like that. Basically, if your team has somebody Belly Drum, you can do something fun with it sometimes.
That's great advice, Braff. Thank you. I was looking at some fire types at the end of the draft, season
Yeah.
10 draft. You know what? Maybe this is our segue.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
We're going to season 10.
I was looking at some fire types at the end of the draft, and I was like, Charmeleon is usually bad. And then I was looking at Charmeleon, and I was like, oh, it does have Belly Drum, and I forgot about this because like Charizard doesn't use Belly Drum. Now,
Yeah.
the issue is like Eviolite means you're not getting Citrus Berry, and if you're using Flare Blitz, you're just gonna die. Like it doesn't even matter if you can Team Sweep because you're just gonna like die from recoil damage. Um, but
Also
like Belly
Eviolite's
Drum,
always better than Citrus Berry,
yeah,
because
the
Citrus Berry will add what, like 25%
yeah, no,
bulk, whatever the
Eviolite is
cost is.
obviously better, yeah. But yeah, I was just thinking about like Belly Drum, Charmeleon, like flame charges or something. I don't know. Well, because I was like, it has Dragon Dance, and then I saw that it had 64 attack, and I was like, okay, I can't use Dragon Dance. But it does have Belly Drum. So if someone wants to pick up Charmeleon and Belly Drum with it, that would be really funny. I would appreciate it. Um, what fire type did I end up getting? None? Yeah, none. W.
Yeah. You wanted Delphox.
No, I didn't. That was Jordan. Jordan draft.
Those Jordan. I wanted Delphox.
Jordan drafted Delphox and then dropped it for a better fire type.
How silly of him.
Why? Moltres is really good.
Yeah. I think
Moltres is
Delphox
like,
is better.
it's not. You're wrong.
Well,
You're
it's team
so
dependent.
wrong.
It's team dependent.
It was worse on his team. He had like 3
Okay.
ghost
I don't
weaknesses.
remember. I was on vacation, so I wasn't really
Also, like Moltres is
going at the
so
draft.
good. Like, look at Moltres. Open up Showdown right now and go look at Moltres. It's so good.
I don't need to. I just know it needs Terra or it gets Rock Slided.
So, Tinglu team.
Tinglu team.
90 HP,
Sure.
90 defense, 85 spit F is actually pretty decent. If there are no rock moves, you're fine. And if there are rock moves, you can Terra. Easy.
Remember when you would use Moltres? When was it? Like the Series 10?
Oh yes, the Rocky Helmet one.
Yeah, the Rocky Helmet
Yeah,
one.
you could Eevee to live a Urshifu Rapid Strike,
Urshifu.
and you'd have a good chance to burn it, and between all the hits, you would do a lot of damage with Rocky Helmet.
And then you just roost it off.
Yeah, or like air slash it and kill it. Yeah, that was a really good set actually. Like I actually did pretty well in ladder with that.
Yeah.
I could probably dig up one of those teams.
Okay, wait. So what are we talking about draft?
Um,
Anything specifically?
well, Braff, we've talked about draft on the podcast quite a bit already. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But it's what the people want. It is what the people want. Everybody is always just like screaming, talk more draft, talk more draft. We love draft. Um, this is definitely not a fictional person I created. Okay, so I'm.
Talk more draft. Talk more draft.
Well,
We
my
love
point,
draft. Okay,
yes,
boom.
yes.
It's
Well, my
good.
point is that we've talked about the draft. We've talked some big picture. We've talked about my draft. We've talked about other guest draft. What we haven't talked about is the new look Libertyville Luxrays. So, for the viewers,
Oh.
I would just
Okay.
quickly, go over the roster. Murkrow, Cleaver, Tinkaton, Tauros Aqua, Bramblegast, Rotom Heat, Toadscroll, Dragaggle, Slowbro, Galarian Slowbro, Ditto, so not a real Pokemon, and Frostmoth. My first thing is Ditto. I just dissed it, and I feel like Tay is gonna get mad at me if Tay watches this. But Tay probably doesn't watch this.
Ditto
so
is good.
Probably fine. Ditto, I don't like Ditto because it feels lame. Because I wanna justify every Pokemon's purpose on my team. So obviously Ditto is better than a lot of Pokemon.
Ditto is
but
good because versus certain leads, you just
can you
have
let
it
me
in the back
finish?
and switch
Can
in.
you let me finish?
No.
Ditto is like a lot better than a lot of Pokemon, but I would rather just draft something that I feel like adds like something concrete to my team. Personally, that being said, Ditto is actually pretty decent as a draft mod and is I think Jordan said this like just because it's like hard to define what it does, we probably just undervalue it. Like it's 5 points and can technically be anything. So it's definitely good value. And was probably overlooked. It probably shouldn't be 5. But by probably I mean definitely. But it's also like hard to tier. That's my Ditto bit. It's a bit of a
I
Ditto.
think Ditto is the best thing in 5 points or below.
That's a hot take.
Unless you need some here, right, I need to look at the tier list
I
again.
think
But unless
I
you
think it's
need
good
something
value.
very specific, unless you need something very to fill a very specific niche on your team, it will probably.
I think it's extremely good value, but I don't know that I would agree.
Oh yeah, actually, maybe not the best thing in 5 points or below, but I think it's.
Yeah, aren't there some like good things in 5 now? Isn't Ampharos in 5 now? Or
It
is
is
it
in
6?
5.
It is?
Yeah, I think Ditto is the most slappable on the team mod.
I mean, yeah, but that's just because it like it's so stupid. Like of course it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's such a dumb point.
Actually, I think Grumpig is the best mod in 5.
Yeah, probably. Ditto probably isn't, but like obviously if you just had to like blind grab a Pokemon in 5 and put it on any team, Ditto, because it can technically fill any role. But look, I'm agreeing. I think it's extremely good value for 5. Oh, my computer is lagging so much. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Okay. Well, my Chrome is just like not working anymore.
So that sucks.
That's a thing. Yeah. So let's hear some BRAFF takes on the draft. How did you like this board? Drafting on.
I thought we did a pretty good board.
Yeah.
I went in knowing, hey, my teams are normally really top heavy. I want to try to do more of a mid tier draft. Because again, like I said, my teams have been top heavy with the point system recently. And so that originally went well because we raised the top tiers up to like really high point levels. But then to compensate, we also moved the lower tiers a little bit lower, which I am glad of because I feel like it made a more balanced board. But also means the mid tier wasn't quite as much value.
No, we lost him. I have to figure out this Chrome thing. All right, sorry viewers. I'm going to just keep talking to fill the noise. My Chrome is bugging out, so we lost BRAFF in Discord. I don't want to like continue his thought because that would end up being weird. Where is this tab? This is very annoying. Yeah, so sorry about the kind of dead air. We will get Braff back in a second, and hopefully he can continue his thought. I'm not cutting this out. I never cut anything out. Okay.
I just went on a whole like talk about mid-tier Pokemon,
We heard some
and
of
then
it.
I
We heard
realized,
some of it.
oh,
No, yeah,
the call's dead.
My Chrome, bad things are happening.
Okay,
I don't really know where you left off. I was kind of
me
focusing.
neither. Mid-tier, pretty good value. It's cool.
Yeah,
I have 11 usable Pokemon instead of 8.
yes. Um, that really messed up the rhythm we got going. Okay. Now I'm just pulling this the dock up again. I think the dock kind of broke my computer. Um, all right. Well, what is there to talk about really? Oh, my voice was disconnected. Great. Seriously? Sorry, viewers. I should probably cut this, but I feel like it's more authentic to
Yeah.
never cut it.
Hi, I can hear you
Can
now.
you hear me now? Oh yeah, let's go. I'm still not cutting this. That's all I was saying.
Okay. Could you hear Justin Fields propaganda?
Justin Fields sucks. Um, what is there to talk about, Braff? About your draft?
I don't know. I don't
I'm
want to
still.
talk much about my draft because like
Oh,
I
because
want
it's
to
top secret.
play it. It's not top secret. Like probably opponents will see stuff, but it's just like I don't know. I kind of just want to like figure it out as I go.
Yeah, nobody can see the Tailwind Cleaver attacks coming. It's too it's too
Nobody could
big.
ever see Tailwind Cleavor plus Choice Band Murkrow.
What? What?
When you need the big dark attacks.
Foul play. Am I right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was a little draft talk. So you don't want to talk more about your team,
Um.
or you don't want to talk more about the draft experience?
I don't know.
Best board of Gen 9.
I think I'm excited for the DLC. I'm
What
getting
the
kind of
hell? That's not what I
like
asked. I asked if it was the best board
I
of
know.
Gen 9 so far.
Oh, the best draft board?
Yeah.
Probably.
Cool.
Um.
Um.
I think it'd be better if it was Regulation A. Regulation A is better
What?
format. Um.
Why? What? Why
So
do you say these things?
the best board doesn't have ruins or paradoxes.
Why do you say these things? All right, but like seriously, with Reg D, we obviously have the transfer mons. I can't pull up your team because the dock keeps like breaking my
Okay.
computer for some reason. Is it just Cleavor that you have for new mons?
I think so.
Okay.
For
Well, were you excited with Cleavor specifically because it was new and like
yeah, I
yeah.
also wanted to see Typhlosion, but it got taken.
Well, yeah, well, the Sweet Typhlosion's not that good.
Yes, it is. It's good.
That's pretty mid.
Well, actually, no, Daddy drafted it, so
Yeah,
it's bad.
exactly. Worst coach in the league, therefore it's a bad Pokemon. But also Sukaba drafted it, and Sukaba is good,
Yeah,
so it
true.
balances to like a mid
A
Pokemon.
medium.
Yeah,
My opponent has 3 new Pokemon,
which are
or three transfer Pokemon.
which are
2 new Pokemon: Thundurus, Basculegion, and Overquill.
oh, you're playing that team. Oh, that's pretty scary. That's a good rain trio.
It is a good rain trio.
They can also all do different stuff, which is kind of terrifying.
I agree.
Like Basculation and Overquill are actually pretty sick for rain and draft, or sick
I
like
know.
new mons for rain and draft because they're like function very well out of rain. Basculation
Yeah.
less so if you don't have good tailwind, frankly, but like Overquill obviously is just like a good intimidator if it's not in rain.
You know it.
But it also doesn't have water stab, so it sucks.
It's fine.
Mm.
Okay.
You have anything else?
What was I gonna
Nothing
say?
else about the draft? Do you have
No,
anything
I
else
don't
about
know.
Castap 9?
Because Step 9 sucked. It's one of the best moments of VBL-S history because it was so silly and you had like so much hope, and then it just all sniffed away once you realized that sand. exists.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have much to bring to the table this episode.
You don't have any broader takes about prep
Um,
or tech?
we talked about prep before, like the
Yes,
last
we did.
time. We went all in depth on prep.
Okay.
Tech. I think there's not much to tech. I
What was
think
your best tech moment last season?
last season.
Yeah, we can end off on that. Let's just be
Okay,
a
so
short episode.
I'm gonna need to go back to like the doc.
Yeah.
Um.
I can talk while you do that. My best tech moment,
Okay.
week 1, baby. Weakness policy, Arboliva with the scatterbug. Scatterbug for the
Schedule.
win. What?
I need to look at the schedule.
You don't remember like your biggest matches?
I don't remember
You
that
remember anything?
much.
It's just like not that long ago.
I remember Skrelp didn't work.
How short term is your memory?
Here, let's do. And I don't have my teams though is the problem because like my cookies got like deleted.
Oh, that's pretty embarrassing. I just passed my Untitled 500.
Nice.
Oh wait, I ended up naming that. I shouldn't have named it. Damn it. Which one was 500? I have some wacky teams in here. I made a
Okay.
ladder team with my draft team. It's very funny. It did not work at all. I'll put it this way: it's a Sawsbuck team.
Okay. I'm
It
trying to
also has
find.
it also has Mudbray, so it just kind of like, you end up playing against like Urshifu and Fluttermane, and you just get annihilated.
Oh, my team versus Jordan was fun, but it didn't work.
What was the
But it
tech?
was fun.
What was the tech? That's what
Uh,
we want to end off on.
Here. Um, if I remember right, it was Terra Ice, Icy Wind, Honchkrow
Okay, that's it.
for like big ice damage and speed
Okay,
drops.
okay. Well,
Also Choice Band Skrelp, but it didn't work.
you heard it here first. Tara Icy Wind, is the biggest tech of
And
draft
Choice
stuff.
Band Skrelp. Don't forget Choice Band Skrelp.
Okay, that actually is tech, but that's terrible.
It got a kill. It got
Did
2
it
kills. It
win
went
though?
2-2.
Did it win though?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Let me see the replay.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. We did it. We kind of did it. Maybe not the most
Oh, it
engaging
was
episode of the
Fake
pod.
Tears Raichu plus the Terra Ice
Nice. Okay.
Honchkrow.
Was it the most engaging episode of the podcast? I don't know. Viewers can let us know. But yeah, if this one fell flat, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, well,
The,
that's my bad.
the
It's like it's not late, but I don't have enough energy. Even
nah,
like I'm
it's
not
just like
tired, but I don't have enough
the
energy.
the issue is the constant cutouts. It kept messing with the uh the